Hello ladies and gents, today we got something special for you yet again. Now, of course you spotted in the thumbnail, that's probably the reason why you clicked on this video, but today we're taking Poketuber mascots or symbols of their channel, and of course, as tradition, making them into Gen 5 animated Pokemon Sprites. Yeah, what a mouthful. Anyways, who cares about this intro? Let's get straight into the juicy stuff. Yup, that's right, we're starting off the video with GameboyLuke's mascot, Gameboy Rotom. That's at least how I understand it's supposed to be. Now, something special that I'll do in this episode is mention something that I like about a Poketuber. Whether or not it be a specific series, maybe the mascot itself, his personality, or something else that fits the category. Now, the thing that I like the most about GameboyLuke is his challenge videos like some minutes to shiny hunt or hatch eggs then they fight, because they usually have some stuff like custom made textures or models, which is pretty cool and kinda fits my channel in the sense of creating my own stuff than using it as the content itself. So that definitely associates with me the most, liking it the most wise. As for this sprite itself, it actually was pretty fun to make since I discovered a new method I can use, separating in multiple layers, which makes the animation process much more intriguing and easier since I don't have to redraw every frame just to fix it up. Well, I have to fix the fudginess, messiness, whatever, but still. Great! Now that we got the design made, now to taste it and see how it looks. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now the first one, which is the Rotom Game Boy for GameboyLuke, has been finished. Yeah, the results may vary in opinions, because first time animating something like this, but whatever, let's move on. Which is HoodlumCallum. And next up is HoodlumCallum, or previously known as HoodlumScrafty, which is the era I started watching him. Now, out of all the Poketubers I'm making sprites for in today's video, Hoodlum is definitely the one I've watched the most. So I guess you could say I'm a fan of him. Well, I have been watching him since his top 5 or top 10 videos and also the roulette videos. So yeah, my favorite series of his is definitely where he does ROM hacks like Pokemon Whack and Pokemon Clover were definitely my favorites. All of those multiple Pokemon Fusion series he did were also pretty enjoyable, but to be honest I can't really pick one of them since most of them were pretty enjoyable, but definitely the most iconic would be Pokemon Clover, since thinking of that ROM, I think of him as a Poketuber that's associated with the ROM. Okay, bit fumbling my words there, but you get what I mean. Okay, enough fangirling about that, because I got to talk about the sprite itself in this segment. You know, can't actually go without speaking about that at least a bit. Something that's unique compared to the rest of them is this took the longest time out of all of them, because it was kind of complicated. The spriting outline I actually think I perfected, since I decided to do the coloring a little bit different for the outline. Instead of doing just the colored outline at places where the light would shine on the sprite, I instead used it to cover the details like the nose or the fire, either to make it lighter or not at all, and around the eyes and whatnot, and the outline just keeping it simple. Okay, now for the actual fun part, who's ready? Ooh, definitely one of my best ones yet. Oh, what's this? Hey! Wait, actually, you should do that. And now here's the full HD version of Pants, HoodlumCallum's mascot Pokemon. Even though it's kind of a simple change from Scrafty, it's still pre-personalized, to the point that I would call it definitely a different design. So yeah, say what you think, but I like it as a mascot. Okay, yeah, maybe that's just the fangirling speaking, but whatever. Anyways, let's ignore that, please, and move on to ShadyPenguinn's mascot. And our third Poketuber is ShadyPenguinn. Now, in the recent years, I've definitely watched him less, but that doesn't mean I don't watch him at all. But yeah, that sometimes happens with some stuff. My favorite series, definitely, although underrated, is the Pokemon Conquest one. Definitely not biased because that's my favorite spin-off, but his voice acting is pretty actually good in this. Well, overall, Shady has a good presentation and I guess you could say reading in Pokemon games, but yeah, and his reactions to stuff is pretty cool in that game. Also, the fusion things, although a classic series of his nowadays, it still definitely is pretty cool, so I definitely could say I like that too. Oh yeah, the sprite's cool too. Oh, it's raining? Damn. It's the perfect place for a Delibird. Wait, was that N's animation? If you counted with me, just like 1, 2, 3, then you would know that we're at the third one, which was ShadyPenguinn's Pokemon Sprite, the mascot Delibird. Yeah, okay, this pretty much does it for those which I did recently. The other two will be ones that I've done in the past, but of course I'll add some extra content on top of them, and most of you probably haven't seen them, so let's get on with them. And now we got Patterrz, pretty much a jack of all trades. Understand it as you wish. Now Patterrz, I would say either the most challenges where he does something special like but YouTubers give him challenges or voice actors or something like that. Actually yeah, I probably would say it's definitely them since they are the most creative, most well edited, well executions, and you can continue the list, but I think that's definitely the best quality that he gives from his channel. Now of course opinions may vary, but then again this is my opinion. And actually from what I've seen compared to other Poketubers, heck even YouTubers, he does have some pretty cool reactions to stuff on his other channel, so yeah, I guess that's that for that segment. But again, for this sprite, just like I've done with previous sprites on previous videos which have been made some time ago, I can't really say much, but other things that I've learned now compared to before then is definitely scaling the correct size before creating the sprite, because as you can probably see, that is one chunky boy, so that's some nice knowledge for the future, huh? Okay, yeah, that is pretty cute. And the fourth of this video, which is Subnoodle, has been finished. Now, how about we move on to the final part of this video, which you probably have guessed by now, is MandJTV and Mighty. So, MandJTV and Mighty. Well, out of the bunch I've made sprites for today that are featured in this video, I'd probably say that I watch him the most. I'm not particularly a big fan of any of them, well, not a die-hard fan, but I definitely watch his videos the most. Hoodlum is definitely a close second. So I guess that's some cool trivia about me. for the literal 0.1% anyone who's interested. But yeah, I mean, his videos are quite enjoyable. Here are some examples of my favorites. So yeah, while you see those, the sprite process creating Pingy itself. Yeah, I'm completely blanking on this one, so I can't tell you that much, but the thing that I can tell you is, this is the one that gave me the first big impression of how should I make floaty or flying or levitating sprites. So I guess in the end of that, it actually is pretty nice, because like for the Rotom itself, without this experience I wouldn't have really known as well as without it to how to create something like those gosh darn memory leaks. Anyways, let's go find Mighty. It sure do be schmoovin'. And that was the last of the 5 Poketubers in this video. Now that we finished with that, how about we come to the conclusion, which is letting me know in the comments your favorite Poketuber of these 5, which sprite did you like the most, or anything else, you know, any engagement. Personally, I like Pants's sprite the most, since I guess learned the most from it, especially with the outlines, and I think it could help me a lot in my future developments. And actually the Rotom Game Boy one actually could do the same, because layering was pretty important for that. So I guess this video was pretty cool. Cool in the sense that you got at least hopefully some enjoyment, and I learned something new. So hey, we're both winners. And yeah, I guess that does it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed the video, because yeah, I would like to see you stick around the channel. So stay tuned.